Hey guys, welcome back to Witchcrafting. I'm your hostess for Saturday, Windora. I'm filming this video on Friday because I'm thinking about trying to get a whole bunch of videos in if my memory will allow it, because I have quite a bit of things I want to talk to you guys about here and on my personal channel, and some are going to coincide together like my last craft did. So that this one is basically crafts and not a whole bunch of me gibbering, I'm going to go into more maybe detail over in my channel. And the same with my channel, I'll leave the crafts here so that I can kind of space it out between the two. Sometimes it's hard to come up with ideas for crafting if you're going to be posting them as well as on your personal channel, so you kind of run out of ideas for both channels to help out. And I just feel like it's going to work really nice and mesh really well, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'll put a link in my description down in the down bar. I'll try to remember to start doing that so that you guys can find my personal channel if you are not a subscriber already. So today, by the description, you see that we're going to be talking about tarot flashcards. And I decided to do this craft with you guys today because tarot is something I'm really wanting to get my feet in, and I'm hoping by the end of the year I will be as comfortable as I am with my oracle now, and then more advanced with my oracle. I'm no professional oracle reader, but I'm pretty well. I think I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty good with it. And I trust it, and I really want to get that way with my tarot, where I'm not referring to the book every time I do a reading. Instead, I can trust my own gut, and I know what the cards are trying to tell me, and yeah. So I decided with the tarot, since there's so many different cards, you got your court cards, you have your major arcana, your minor arcana, and it's just so much, and there's different suits, and it's just so much information that I just get overwhelmed before I even get started. I decided to try taking courses and everything else, which didn't work because I honestly got lazy and would just keep going back to the book. Yeah. So when I got my Wild Unknown tarot, that doesn't come with a book, it comes with a piece of paper that is not very helpful for someone like me. And I'm in love with this deck. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if this is the only deck I use and I possibly get rid of my other deck, but just because how much I love this deck and the energy with it just kind of connects with me, and I know I'm not the only one that has that. But anyways, since this didn't come with a book, I tried to find another way to learn to study, and I'm not one that likes to go and fully go off of what other people say. I don't want to go watch so-and-so's videos on the Wild Unknown Tarot and just write down, well, this is what that means and this is what that means, because everyone sees different perspectives in the tarot, and I could look at the same card as you and see something completely different. So what I decided to do was I got my Witch's Tarot book with my Wild Unknown deck, and to refer to it for the meanings of the cards, because obviously the description of the card is not going to be the same, because the Seven of Wands and the Witch's Tarot is not going to be the same as the Wild Unknown imagery. So what I did is, of course, I filtered through them and played with them and felt their energies, but what I decided to do is get some flashcards, sit with the deck, get the book, and I pulled out the major arcana because that's all I'm working on right now. I'm taking them in small, miniature, manageable portions so that I can learn one step at a time and then throw them all together. So right now I just have the major arcana written down. I pulled out the major arcana out of the deck of the Wild Unknown, and I would pull the card, and then right now this is the Devil's on top, which I'm still working on, honestly, because it's blank. But I would pull the Devil's card out of the Wild Unknown. I would look at it, and on a piece of paper and a notebook, I would write down, well, this is what I feel, this is what I think I see, this is what blah, 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 blah. My opinion, my interpretation of the energy from the card, I would write it down. And then I would refer to my Witch's Tarot book and find the Devil, and I would see the description that the book would tell me, and I would write it down. And sometimes I would see, yeah, I'm right on, or I would see that, oh, I see I'm feeling this, but now that I've read this, I see that this is what that means, and I can see it more in the card. And so my interpretation would be pretty well on, but needed advanced a little more, if that makes sense. So I would then decide what I wanted to write on the back of the Devil's card for its meaning, and make it make sense, and then write it on the back of the card. So I did that with all the major arcana, wrote down the name, wrote down my description of the card, and then what I would do is I would use the flashcards just kind of as flashcards and go, well, this is the Tower, and this is yada yada yada, and this is the Sun, and this is the Devil. And so I'd have these. But I'd also keep the Wild Unknown major Arcana cards themselves next to them so I could look at the cards so it could remind me and talk to me, because the whole part of working with the cards is for them to talk to you and guide you, not just to kind of go, oh, well, that's what that means and that's what that means. They all have a different message to send at different readings and to different people. So I kept the cards nearby, so I would hold up, let's say I'd hold up the Devil, and then I'd hold up the Devil tarot card and look at it and go, okay, well, this is what I see the meaning to be, and then I would flip it over and be like, yes. But this is nice. The flashcards are nice when you're on the go and you just kind of want to study while you're waiting at the store, you know, because you're waiting on your prescription, or you're waiting at the doctor's office, and that way you don't have to pull out your tarot deck and then try to spread all this junk out and try to study them. You can just read them by the flashcards and then visually remember the card in your mind. So I found it pretty useful. I see that I'm really catching on to the major arcana, and like when I've done my year reading with this tarot, I found myself really piecing things together pretty well, because funny enough, the major arcana was very strong in my year reading for myself in 2015. So I was pretty well sunk in and kind of knew the meanings for everything. So I just wanted to share that little craft with you. It's really simple. It's just making flashcards, but can be very useful as a witch. It can be the same way with using them from herbs. It can be the same way of using them for crystals. You can write down or put pictures on them and put the meaning if you're wanting to study those. I think we forget how useful flashcards can really be in all sections of our life. I even thought about, if let's say you don't have the money to buy a deck, you honestly could make your own and just put pictures on it or write them down and make this be your tarot deck. I thought about that when I was thinking about what I would say in the video here today. So yes, that is my simple craft for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. And if you guys have any other tips for studying tarot, feel free to put them in the comments below. You never know who it could help. It could help me. It could help some other subscriber who just watched this video and is trying to study tarot and be very useful. So that is all, guys. So I will see you guys next week. Peace, love, and light, and I'll see you at the next one.